Nigeria play Ghana at the World Cup and we lose to them, where would those players pass through? Where would Anthony Taylor pass through?
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast, The Heat, brought to you by Pulse Sports. My name is Ifeanyi. I'm here with my amazing co-host, David.
What's up, bro?
How you doing?
I'm chill. What's up, guys? David Ben, senior lifestyle reporter.
We have the beautiful Tosin.
Hi guys, how are you?
Looking.
And our legend, Izu, how you feeling today?
Hello guys, Ifeanyi, I'm okay.
Okay, so
welcome back, man.
It feels good to. I'm pretty sure when we started, we had high hopes, but it's good to see how far we've come, right?
Yeah, we have. We've come really far, to be honest. Like yeah. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of this. And credit to Pulse Sports for making this happen. Credit to Pulse Sports.
Shout out to you guys.
Credit to Pulse Sports for making this happen. So
I'm a big fan.
I'm in.
Tosin, I have to say, you look
ravishing.
You look
I'm
incredible
shy.
today.
Thank you.
All right, so what's happening? What's going on?
In America, not Nigeria. Let's leave this continent for a while and go over there overseas. The big one is coming up, the Super Bowl,
right?
Yes.
And Apple has already confirmed that Kendrick Lamar, the celebrated multi-award-winning Grammy Pulitzer-winning rapper, would headline the Super Bowl. Obviously, it sparked a lot of reactions. People were like, "Oh no, it's not him." But like, someone really raised the question because the Super Bowl gets a lot of buzz, like in the American media space, and we said, okay, if we had something like the Super Bowl in Nigeria, say like a World Cup football, because football abroad, the NFL is a big sport. Here, football is our primary.
It's our thing, yeah.
Yes, our thing. So if we had like, if would it be possible for Nigeria to actually organize? Relax now.
So
would it be possible for Nigeria to actually organize the highest tournament ever in footballing history, and that's the FIFA World Cup? Would it be possible?
So can Nigeria host the World Cup?
Yeah, can Nigeria
host to some of
not co-host, not cut and join.
Yeah,
we are
independently host a successful World Cup.
We are big. We are big. I believe in this country. They say if you believe it, you can achieve it.
I don't believe Nigeria.
I believe so much in Nigeria.
Okay.
Not under something World Cup. We're talking about the World
not under
Cup.
17, not under 21, not Women's World Cup. No disrespect to women, but the Men's World Cup.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm talking about the Men's World Cup.
Nigeria can actually host the Men's World Cup.
You don't believe in Nigeria?
So please
state your case. Like, I want to know the thought process behind that.
It won't be the first big event we've hosted.
Yeah, okay, so when was the last?
When was the last time we hosted a big event?
We've hosted AFCON. We've hosted all.
Please, when did we host AFCON?
When was it? Forget when we hosted it. The most important thing is that we've hosted the AFCON, right?
Okay, so we've shown a capacity to host.
We have the capacity to, will it happen? I don't know, but we have the capacity, right? We are, the giants of Africa. Why can't we host the World Cup?
I disagree.
You disagree?
Yes, because Nigerians themselves are not matured enough.
Ooh, that's an interesting thing.
Another angle.
Imagine somebody like, I don't want to use my player. Let's say this Jackson guy comes to play in Nigeria, and you see this guy has killed your tickets multiple times. And you now see more, Nigerians now. So they'll not run enter because give us a slap. I'm serious, they'll slap the player.
That's
I don't think they are.
take.
Yes. Because you see the other day when Nigeria lost in was it Uyo?
Yeah.
In the stadium that I don't know where those people came from.
We played Benin Republic.
No, that the stadium. I'm talking about the stadium.
Okay.
Yes.
It wasn't Uyo, it was in Abuja.
Okay, that people started fighting.
I was actually there.
Oh, you see?
Yes, I remember you were there.
I was actually there.
Imagine Nigeria play Ghana at the World Cup and we lose to them. Where would those players pass through? Where would Anthony Taylor pass through? It's not possible. Nigerians are not that composed yet, and even the policemen. So if you find
land, I want you to land this plane, darling, please.
No, like even
you said Nigerians are not that composed.
Yes,
right? Okay,
because which policeman can stop like now you want to run inside the pitch after maybe Nigeria lose to Ghana. This guy, what's this West Ham guy, Kudus, score a last minute goal, 90+5. Then you even maybe we have a little bit of problem with the ref. We are not happy,
and we need that game to qualify from the group stage.
So what happens?
Nigerians will go
No,
in mass.
I have to defend
That will
Nigerians
be the end of the tournament.
I have to defend Nigerians here.
Okay.
How? Why? We used Abuja as an example. I was
Yes.
there, and the reasons that made Nigerians go gaga in Abuja was that, man, there was this clearing call. You know, that was like the final
the ref
game.
missed.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was the final game of the qualifiers. There was this clearing call for Nigerians to come support the Super Eagles. You know, we felt we had done the business in Ghana. Just
Yeah.
come to Nigeria
Yeah.
and finish it, right?
Yeah.
And there was clearing call. I covered the thing from the start till the end, and Nigerians actually listened, right? A lot of them closed their businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By 2, that place was filled
Filled
up,
up.
waiting
Yeah.
for the gates to open. And then you delivered a Ten Hag performance. Like, do you know what that means?
Yes.
You deliver such a performance that, you know, for some of them, they felt they wasted their time,
Exactly.
their businesses.
I think
the
you're
money they
agreeing
would
with
have.
what I'm saying.
No. That's different from the World Cup. The World Cup is a month-long event, and you know that you're not.
Sorry for cutting you short too. Imagine Odion Igalo against Argentina miss that goal
Yeah, that's.
for Nigeria.
No, that's-
Please say the truth. What will happen after?
No, that's
Can we-
different. That's different. That's different.
Your safety is not even
No.
sure.
We
Can't
hosted
live there.
the World Cup under 20s, right? And we didn't really go that Nigeria 99, right?
Yes.
And it happened. It's also not the first time we've played and lost.
Yes.
Right. So the this thing is different. The World Cup is a month long. As long as we've gotten there already, most Nigerians probably will. I mean, if Cape Verde is coming, you know.
No disrespect to Cape Verde, by the way.
No, I mean if they are
Yeah.
coming, we know what they are bringing. A lot of people probably.
So the first thing. So what I'm hearing from this is that the first thing is a lack of safety.
Yes.
So there's no safety. That's the first thing. So when are we going to get into infrastructure?
Are you basing it on the fact that we can't host it?
No, I'm asking, like, when are we going to get into infrastructure? Do we have?
We
Infrastructure
do.
to
We do.
actually-
Do we have the
Can you
stadiums?
imagine a game at the Eyimba Stadium?
How many? Okay, let me ask
Where
you.
was it?
Because thank God you're in this episode. How many standard stadiums do we have in Nigeria? Like on the back of your head, like standard stadiums, like
That right now
capacity
right
of
now
at
can
least,
host.
At least, let's not. What is
Without
20?
causing 10
Okay, 10
ACLs
10K at least.
in one game.
How many do we have?
How many do we have?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think we have?
Well,
Back of your head, just
you want me to use the MPFL for example?
yeah. For instance, yeah.
I mean, they play matches everywhere in Nigeria.
They do.
They play.
Are they
By
are
standard.
they FIFA standard venues other than the stadium in Uyo? Are they FIFA standard venues?
It depends on you do know that when you go to host the World Cup, right? You can build some new stadiums.
Yeah, definitely.
In the time,
FIFA
of
will-
course.
Yeah. So, and I think we have, even if, let's assume we don't have any. Let's assume we have two, Uyo and Abuja.
Yeah.
I think there are other stadiums where a lot of things can change
Yeah.
within the space of a year or two,
Yeah.
depending on how we speed up this thing. So Nigeria has the capacity. There are stadiums to improve on. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
But if we do the MPFL, or if I'm okay, let me be serious because I've actually been sarcastic all this while. All right, so bro, we cannot. we cannot. There's only one stadium in Nigeria allowed to host CAF competitions.
I was like, bro, when are you?
There's only one stadium in Nigeria allowed to host.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
Eyimba is playing. Eyimba has 2 Champions League titles,
Yes.
9 MPFL titles, and they are going to Uyo to play a club of that magnitude.
That's
Yeah.
disappointing.
Rangers are 8-time champions.
Yeah.
One of Nigeria's best clubs.
Yeah.
They are going to Uyo. So the only pitch right now that can host anything, I'm not sure even FIFA will approve it for a World Cup
Yeah.
to host, this
Yeah.
thing, So no, see, we can't. Even if they ask you to take 5 years to prepare,
No, we can't.
we don't have
Then-
the capacity.
And do you know where I'm coming from?
Yes.
What I think is that, and I this is like a really my hot take. There's so much greed in the Nigerian sports sector
You said
that
it all.
it's not even going to, like, even if FIFA says, okay, let's trust you and give you this funding to actually build the stadiums, it's not going to work in this place, because I do feel like the people that are in charge of the sporting sector in Nigeria, sports, like generally all sports, they do not necessarily love the game. They don't love sports like the average, like we fans here, like we journalists here, they don't. They're just there on administrative purposes. Like, I know how to run a business, so I can manage it. Some even just somehow found themselves in that position. And that's why I don't get surprised when we hear, oh, this official has, squandered this money, or, oh, this project that we said we're going to build a stadium, 5-year plan, 10 years, it's not even finished. Look at Surulere, for instance. Have you gone to Surulere till now? Lagos does not, the only standard stadium in Lagos is probably Teslim.
You're making me emotional.
It's Teslim. No, I'm serious, because
Teslim is no longer even
Teslim is not even no longer there, and it hurts because you love football, right?
Yes.
You love football. I love football. We want to actually come to a pitch. We're not saying give us Old Trafford or whatever, that ultimate standard.
You can't really use Old Trafford as an
Or
example.
okay, we're not saying what stadium can I say
Emirates.
now? Emirates.
Yes.
Now that's Glee, the whole fancy. We're not asking for that.
Yes.
Just a proper seat that works well. Like a place I can actually sit down and be comfortable, and not just for me to come to watch the game, but I'm going home and there's nobody's gonna try to mug me, or someone's going to move my phone, or some boys are going to try to, oh, you came to watch this game, oh, the tickets, we hear say the tickets now 5K, big boy, like that kind of thing, because it's happened of course to people. So certain things need to be put in place, and that's why I agree that we cannot. Nigeria cannot.
And it's actually
we're
very
not ready.
sad, because Nigerians love football.
We do,
lot.
yes.
We do.
And we're very passionate about
We
it.
should not be hosting anything, to be honest. We
Not-
should
not
not be
even
hosting.
the AFCON.
The last time we hosted something was 2003. I think that was the
All African
Games.
Yes.
Yeah, and after that, I was part of the calisthenics then. So it was fun, actually. I think that was the last time, and I think that gave birth to the Abuja. That was the Abuja Stadium. Right now, Super Eagles can't even play on the Abuja tour.
Yeah.
Bro.
Right?
It's terrible.
So if you follow the Nigerian Premier League, for example, the stadiums, they are not even a lot of them are not fit to host MPFL games, but we just have to manage that way. And that is why when CAF comes, none of them is qualified to host CAF. You can't host CAF competitions. You are playing Experience Tunisia, and you can't host them in your home. You have to travel to Uyo. The same thing that is happening to Ghana now. Ghana does not have a stadium.
Disappointing.
Yeah.
So I just remembered that we actually hosted the 2009 Under-17
Inter-house
World Cup. World Cup
Okay.
in Lagos here, Teslim. So it's not as like far back as we thought, but even at that, I think at this point, especially with like you said, Uyo being the only stadium that is even right now.
There's a mention of Remo Stars, Ikene. I don't. Why Ikene hosted a couple of games for Remo Stars, but World Cup standard Under-17 World Cup. I don't know.
You don't think
I think the basic thing is safety and greed.
I think right now, Nigeria, you're right. Right now, Nigeria it's not safe for a World Cup.
Imagine having
Nigeria is not safe for anybody.
Yes,
Right. Even for us.
Yes.
It's a reflection of the
Imagine
society.
having to drive from Benin to
and the roads are so
maybe
bad.
We don't have the transport
How
system.
do you understand? How do you take Argentina or France from Lagos to?
And I'll still go back to the fans. Imagine Ronaldo comes to, or Messi comes to Nigeria. They'll block the road.
No, we're quite welcoming. That is different.
No, I'm not saying they will do anything bad to. No. Nigerians are very loving. That's why I say they will overdo it. They want to touch Ronaldo. They will, because
but that's not fair, because I think that in most countries people are trying to touch Ronaldo.
Security on ground, there are protocols.
People try to touch Ronaldo everywhere.
There are protocols.
I think they actually protect. The Nigerian security protects foreigners more than they do.
Yes, they do protect foreigners more than
Nigeria.
Nigerians.
I agree with that.
I'm sure you will be there to try to touch Ronaldo as well. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll try. Hang on to the.
And what do you think the police will do to you?
They will let me know. How about?
But seriously,
because of what?
But seriously, guys,
Don't
like,
worry.
Izu actually said, "Oh, this is not an inter-house sports tournament.
This is a World Cup. Everyone is coming.
This is like a World Cup.
Yes.
I don't know if those are the top. Probably watching this or listening to this, I don't know if they actually do think about these things, or if they see these tweets from Nigerians bantering us
probably funny
for not being able to even host
probably laugh
a
at
World
it
Cup.
too.
Even AFCON, even AFCON. It's just like AFCON is a big.
We can't even host AFCON.
Can
We're
we
not
actually
even talking
We
about
can't host
electricity.
AFCON. You're talking about
the lights.
what about accommodation?
Ban A, they will put them in ban A.
What about
so there will be
accommodation?
lights.
Where are you putting the thousands of people that are coming?
Come
What
on.
Yes,
hotel?
which
Yeah.
hotel?
So it's a the whole system needs to be worked on for us.
Let
to
us
even think about
let us start from actually being able to host CHAN.
Yeah.
Right?
Before we even
let
get-
us let us try.
So you're
Before
trying
we
to
get
say
to
that Nigeria, giants of Africa,
Yeah.
Yeah, because this is
3-time AFCON champions cannot host CHAN.
forget. Yeah, we won those things in places. I mean, one of them 2013 was in South Africa.
Yes.
South Africa has hosted the World Cup,
Yeah.
so we can go to
And
South
did a
Africa.
great job too.
Yeah, so we can go to South Africa and win. Let us learn to qualify to other places that are serious. We are not serious in this country. Not just that we are not serious. We are too greedy. We hate ourselves.
Yeah.
See, let us, for instance, let even have a playable pitch or a playable places, stadiums for people to enjoy
actually go
football in
enjoy
Nigeria.
football, yeah.
Before
First,
you
We
talk
don't
about
even
hosting
enjoy.
anything.
Yes, we don't. Eyimba Rangers are playing somewhere, like let's say a Super Cup. Let's say we don't go to Uyo. You're not going to enjoy the game.
And I think I want to touch upon that because the first time I went to Sporting Lagos
Yeah.
for to watch their match, I was amazed. I was like, I enjoyed the game.
Yeah.
I think I went there like 6 times or after. I was like, why are people not pushing this thing?
Yeah.
This is actually something you can enjoy. They play good football. Even the pitch, I went at night and I saw lights there. I was like, wow, this
Wow.
is really
The bar is so
happening in
low.
Nigeria. And I enjoyed it. And Nigerians, like I said, they love football. Even people,
do.
they have passionate fans in the is it happy
Yeah.
place they call it.
There are a lot of
in
things
the
Nigerians
stadium.
love.
And people, they don't even promote. They should even start promoting grassroots first
first.
before you can even talk about hosting international games. Or people don't take Nigerian league serious.
Okay, so now that you've even said it, and I
Yes.
wanted to bring this up in this particular conversation,
Yes.
Yeah.
we know that months ago, UBA CEO Tony Elumelu did declare on Twitter, not directly, but he did state that he had an intention to buy a local team because someone, I think someone tweeted at him. I was like, yeah, he's considering buying a local team. If you were a billionaire, do you think that it's a right move for them? Like, obviously, yes, if you ask anybody in the NPFL, anybody who loves Nigerian football, we need everybody will say investment. But is it profitable? Can you guarantee that I'm putting my money here, I'm getting my money back commercially? It's going to be successful in the long run.
It depends
in this country.
It depends on what your plans are. Firstly, let me mention something. She said something about Nigerians love, and I want to say that I think for Nigeria,
Yeah.
there's an issue when we love something. It seems our government does not like it when we love something.
Yes.
They like to take away those things we love, right?
Yeah,
Once you love something, it seems your happiness. When they see Nigerians
It's happy.
there's a problem. They want to take it
It's
away
witchcraft.
from you. Yeah. So the fact that you love football,
Yes.
look at it. Even the tech, this thing, they don't want Nigerians to rest.
Yes.
Nigerians are in love with tech. They don't want you to
Yeah.
to rest. You love football and you cannot enjoy it.
Yes.
So if it will make Nigerians happy, they are actively finding a way to take
stop
away
it.
that happiness.
Yes.
Right. That said, so let's take Remo Stars for instance. Right. Like I said, it depends on what you want to do. If I was a rich guy, billionaire, I am chosen.
Are you?
Now, if I was a billionaire, right,
Right.
I can easily do it. Why? Because I love football.
Yes.
I won't care if I'm getting something.
And something.
I
It will
might
be
just-
for the love of the game. not
Yes,
for
but
profit.
for a club like Remo Stars, they are very strategic with what they do. Remo Stars have gone. I don't know the profit they are making from the MPFL, but they are focused on player sales,
Yeah.
academy.
Yeah.
So right now they from what I got, from an insider, this thing I got, transfers last year 2020-2024 was about 194 billion naira,
Wow.
right?
For Remo Stars.
No, not Remo Stars.
Like
Now,
in
I
the
don't
league.
know how many of that percent,
Came-
in terms of percentage for Remo
Yes.
Stars, but we
Okay.
know the Remo Stars sold a lot of
Yeah.
players, and they are still doing it, right? So right now, Remo Stars Academy is doing something fantastic, so for the owner.
Nice.
So
Nice.
depending on
Nice.
what you want to do, so there's a Remo Star template. Are they getting anything from the league? I do not know. But Remo Stars are making a lot from selling
From selling their
players.
Yeah.
talents.
And,
yeah.
and of course, you know that for some clubs, that is very good
Of
source
course.
of income.
Yeah.
And so if you have money and you see it as that way, and you're quite strategic as Remo Stars owner, perhaps you'll do it yourself. So except you prefer charity.
Are we saying, because I personally just believe that for our football to get to the next level in terms of infrastructure, in terms of standard, people have to be willing to spend and not expect to get back in return. Do you think that is the case in Nigerian football?
So I think first and foremost, for Nigerian football to get where it's supposed to be, there has to be the intervention of the government. Okay, so we shouldn't depend on individuals who have made billions to. The government has to be willing. Like, you have to look at, let's stick with Africa. You have to look at the South African League. You have to look at Tunisia, Egypt. You have to say, why can't we get to this level? Why can't we invest? I mean, there's allocation every year for sports, billions that we don't know what's happening, right? But also, if you now want to talk about the billionaires, there are people who, Ojis Okalu did it with Eyimba, the late Ifeanyi as well.
Rest
So
in peace.
it's not like, it's just how many billionaires are, a lot of them are profit oriented. How many of them are like, oh, you know what would be a nice venture, pick up Remo Stars and put. It's not something that, again, even if you come in with good intentions, I guess after a while you're like, this thing is just taking my money. There's really nothing coming out of it. So it has to be, you have to really love the game,
Very.
really, really love the game, and be someone who has, like, a desire to see Nigeria move forward.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you know what? I'm going to put my money into this club. I'm going to do all I can to get them to. Without that, I don't think it's possible. I just feel like, and just to add this, sometimes when I watch the South African League, right? The iconic rivalry between Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates.
Yeah.
You see what the stadium looks like.
Soweto Derby.
It's packed.
Yeah.
Like, you see people tweeting about it. You see their musicians talking about it. Some of them even at the stadium.
Yeah.
I remember there was one of these Soweto derbies where they got, what's her name? They got a Nigerian musician to perform. What's the name of this? I don't remember. Is it Nini Ola? I can't remember her.
Yeah.
Like, you're even getting Nigerian celebrities to come and perform for. Like, it's such a big
Doing
deal.
like a halftime show or something.
It's such a big deal to them there, and it's not like we don't have. I mean, we have derbies here, right?
Yeah, we do.
So it's
Big
not like we
derbies.
don't have.
We do.
I mean, in
I
the
think
league,
three-
we do have big derbies.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah.
no matter what.
I
Even
think
if
Rangers
you-
and Eyimba.
yeah, it's a derby. It's like
a
there are
derby.
still serious rivalries. In football,
So to see South African matches packed and on DSTV, this is not like, oh, we have to show. Where have you watched the MPFL? I just started. Where have you been able to watch the MPFL?
Yeah,
Where do I
there's
go?
Propel, but so far this season, I think they have some internal issues or should I say technical issues they are sorting out. But for now, start times, they've done quite well so far.
Interesting.
So far, early on this season, we're hoping that Propel would join them very soon after the first two games of the season. I think that should seamlessly allow people to watch online. It makes it better. I think it's better than not. I think last season was fine because we followed quite a number of games. So yeah.
I think as a very rich person, if you want to get a club, if you are very passionate about the club, like me, if I have money, and let's say Manchester United,
You don't have money.
When I have money and I buy Manchester United, I can spend my last coin to see them progress.
Yeah.
As long as you see growth, you see, is there an end result in this? You can you as a billionaire.
No, but that's different.
They think about profit.
That's different because with Manchester United, you're going to get profit.
Yes,
so let's say
do
Rangers
you know what's
or
peculiar
Wiki
about
Tourist.
Nigeria?
yes, that's
What's
what
peculiar about Nigeria?
The policies.
in football.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I said something about government getting involved, government is already involved. Government own owns most of the clubs, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Rangers, Eyimba, Abia Warriors. There are a few. What we want is for government to hands off.
These-
Really?
Really?
Yes.
Yes. But for that to happen, there are policies that they need to enact and all that.
When
and
you say
repeal.
hands off, because I have heard that there's certain club owners or administrators who spend millions on match day. I don't know the exact figures. I don't
Some
know.
of the best run clubs in Nigeria are private owned.
The best run.
Like
Yes.
which clubs?
Like which club?
Remo Stars is not owned by government.
Okay, yes.
Right? It's only recently that Rangers, because of the guy they appointed, who just finished from his FIFA Masters, and is applying a bit of a private, thankfully the governor giving him free hands to do things, right?
Yeah.
So most of the clubs are government owned.
But like in a match day, how much do they spend?
To execute a match.
Because I did hear things that Nigerian football is not easy. It's very
Yes.
expensive. So
It's quite expensive for some of these clubs. 200. You need a lot of money.
200 what?
1,000
Now let's assume you.
or
let's
200
assume you don't
naira.
have
How
to
much
go
is
through
it?
Let's assume you don't have to go through the roads.
Yes.
You're
not-
flying
Fly.
everyone.
Yeah, bro, you need money, bro.
200 million?
Yeah, like
for
minimum.
one match day.
One match day?
Minimum.
Minimum?
You need a lot of money.
Wow.
It's crazy.
So we're assuming you're flying a team of 23 players, maybe 10 members of staff,
yeah,
Yes.
you need a lot of money.
It's crazy.
hotel bills.
Wow.
I don't know if the 200. I'm not so sure if the 200 is every
Even-
match day or
Okay.
for the whole season.
Season.
Away trip, for instance. But you need a lot of money.
Wow.
You need a lot
So
of
for
money.
let's say away games in a season, you need minimum 200 million to
Yeah,
execute.
like
that.
minimum.
Wow.
How many clubs have 200
You
million?
want to spend?
It's not like they don't have it. Government releases money to these people as well.
Yes.
And what happens to the money? It's like I said, it's a reflection of Nigeria as a
Yeah.
whole. I mean, look at Nigeria. They release money. What happens?
Yes.
So that is why when you look at it, some of the things that are working are privately owned. Like because private entities think differently. I
Yeah.
mean, if it's yours, you think differently. If it's government owned, they do things anyhow, right?
Okay.
So some of these clubs, that is the same way. Remo Stars owner cannot be thinking like, God forgive me, wiki tourists.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you get?
Yeah.
He has his
Yes.
this
So
thing.
I have a
mapped out.
question as someone who is well informed on the Nigerian league, as a young upcoming footballer, right? How do you get a contract with an MPFL team?
It's quite difficult. The contract situation, for instance, a lot of people look at last season. Almost an entire team, everyone ran out of contract. How,
What?
What club was that?
bro? But
Calm down.
I'm giving you an example where even the coach.
What?
Wow.
So you see 1 year contract everywhere. It seems everyone just wants, and there's this thing about third parties, and
Yeah.
it's a ridiculous this thing. Eyimba lost how many players? All of them, their contracts ran out.
The
Wow.
hell?
Right? Their contract ran out, expired, and all that. How is it possible?
And
that
then what the old club owners or those in charge of they're just like relaxed or nobody
what would
nobody
you-
nobody
what would
to
you-
hold responsible for
what
this.
would you
Nobody to
do?
hold
That
accountable.
is why I said a lot of things has to a lot of things have to change.
Yeah.
For it, and mentioning the World Cup and hosting the World Cup, let us
That's
let
too
us
far.
Well,
let
that's
us
too far.
host the league well.
Wow.
Let us host the league well. For
Yes.
me, when it comes to some of these things, I prefer to use the local to set the template.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
If South Africa is said they want to host something, they can present their league as an example of what they are doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? So if we are to do some of these things in Nigeria, we need some of the things we are doing locally to set an example, so that we'll be like, okay, this is what we've done, right?
Yeah.
And then we can replicate on a larger scale.
Yeah.
But bro, we can't even handle the small scale. So how
Not
do
to
you
talk
want
about
go
the
to the
big
macro?
scale.
Just sad.
That's disappointing.
to? Yeah, it's an emotional place. and-
I've always said, you need to, one of the first things they need to do is make the upcoming footballers realize that even though we want to travel, even though we want to get these big moves, we can actually play in Nigeria, and that's something that you see in South Africa,
Yes.
right? I was reading your article on Stanley Wabali's net worth and all that, and he's earning millions while playing in South Africa.
Yeah.
These guys in South Africa, they don't mind not going to the Premier League. They don't go to Syria. They're fine playing for Kaizer Chiefs and SuperSport and Orlando Pirates. Of course, if they get a big move, they'll take it. But they're fine doing that. So we have to get to a point where like Nigerians are like, if I play for Remo Stars, it's not.
Yeah,
I can get the car, I can get a house.
Even the Remo Stars coach, Ogumodede, came out to say, we need more money.
Yeah.
Right?
Of course.
We need more money. That is why people are going to Iraq.
To play football.
Leaving Nigeria to go to Iraq.
Imagine
Leaving
going to
Nigeria
Iraq.
to go to Afghanistan, Sri Lanka.
People going to India to play football.
Yeah, it's money. It's a job. I mean, if somebody offers you $3K now, monthly, $3K monthly,
Afghanistan,
you will fly out, won't you? That is how they go AWOL.
You know?
I mean, you get a contract. Okay, you're going to get €3K.
Macedonia.
Yes, bro, you will disappear. When you check it, how much? €3K multiplied by 12 months.
Of course, you're good. You come back in December, you ball.
Yeah.
You go to the club, you pop bottles.
Michael Singer.
And his friends. And his influencer friends. So, obviously, so do you have anything against people who go to play football in Iraq, just to round up Iraq,
No,
Afghanistan,
of course.
Pakistan?
Even when Victor Osimhen was giving that Saudi deal, I was in support of him moving there.
Yes,
so anywhere there's money is you add your passion, and yeah.
I love
Yes.
that's anywhere there's money, you add your passion. I love that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love that.
Wow.
Okay, guys, that's a wrap from the Hits podcast brought to you by Pulse Sports. From me, Tosin, my co-host,
Ifeanyi, and our guest Izu.
Bye, guys.
See you guys next time.
See you
Adios.
next time. Make sure to follow us in all our social media platforms.
Yes. And support Nigerian football.
Yes.
You don't have to do, but
Please do.